Hello, YouTube. Now, normally I don't do many videos on politics or things like that, but it's the first time um, for me. So, what I want to highlight is I got notified a few days ago that by my girlfriend um, who notified me about the culture in Northern Ireland website that is going to be shut down in April 2015 as a result of budget cuts. Um, and I think, to be honest, that to just to cut the arts is just to cut funding from the arts is just it's just ridiculous. I mean, just like look at the success of Derry. Yes, I say Derry. Deal with it. The In the City of Culture 2013, um, Derry had a lot to gain from that, and I was there in Derry at that time. I was studying in Northwest Regional College, and I was studying H&D Performing Arts, and I saw how the city of I saw how the City of Culture impacted on Derry um, positively. Um, I saw the many opportunities that it provided, and I availed of some of them myself. Um, and it was just great, and the music as well. I remember when the FLA, everything, all these different events were put together, and the FLA was part of this. Uh, and I think it was like later on in the year, it all happened. Well, middle of the year. I sometimes get confused with my term year and stuff, and the actual year. So you know, the, the flag came, and it was basically it's just traditional Irish music, um, and you know, and oh, my notifications on Facebook, and a lot of people um, were at Derry. A lot of people came to Derry. Derry was packed. The Guildhall could hardly move about it. He had and just being in that atmosphere was just fantastic. And then in news stories you see then that you know the Derry is going to benefit a lot from this. That it's going to boost their their um, their economy. But then if you look at it in the wider context, the the cultural the culture Northern Ireland website is there to promote the arts and cultural events that are happening in Northern Ireland. So that also benefits the tourism industry as well, because outsiders can it's the internet and stuff. Everyone, most people have access to the internet nowadays, and that's as a result of modernization, um, which is which is good. And I embrace that. And you can use the internet to do positive things. And culture, the Culture in Northern Ireland website is one of the most uh, positive things. Um, they can never have happen on the internet. It promotes the arts and cultural events in Northern Ireland, like I said, and outsiders can look at the different things that's going on, and they may be interested in all stuff that's going on, that they might as well book a holiday, especially in terms of the City of Culture in 2015, they had a website, and they had a culture office as well, and that was based in Aberdeen. And so, yeah, so hashtag save culture Northern Ireland. And then this morning, I see this thing popping up about on Basil McRae MLA's Facebook page, and it was saying, just him getting a picture from a headline from a newspaper. I don't know which one it is, but it's from a newspaper anyway. And it was dated on 22nd of March 2015, and it says Sir Kenneth Branagh speaks out over Northern Ireland arts cuts, and then there, Basil McRae says something in addition to that, and he goes, I'm shocked to hear of the withdrawal of funding to a number of organisations by the Arts Council as a result of Northern Ireland's Act's 2015/2016 budget. And then he provides an article link that, from the UTV, the 6 groups lose all Arts Council content. And then he also says, last month I challenged the executive to reconsider the draconian cuts to the culture, arts and leisure budget. In budgetary terms, the amounts of money required to protect the sector is a mere drop in the ocean. And he provides a YouTube link, and then he goes, culture, arts and leisure are what bring the people of Northern Ireland together. At the weekend, Sir Kenneth Branagh spoke out against cuts to the arts in Northern Ireland. He said the Belfast Festival of Queens, which has lost much of its funding, made an enormous difference to the cultural landscape. And he even made a link to the BBC. So, and then he says, I will continue to champion the arts in whatever way I can. And so, my big rant, this morning, I will just read it out because I've already written it. And I says, well, Kenneth Branagh is right. The arts is important for shaping the cultural landscape. It also helps the future politics of Northern Ireland. Cultural celebrations get everyone together. Not only that, but the promotion of art and cultural events helps to boost the tourism industry, thus benefiting not only the local economy, but Northern Ireland's economy, helping to generate a stream of revenue for ourselves. If only the people in Stormont, the politicians in Stormont, need to correct the decisions on how money is spent. We need to be careful of our money. The British government is in debt as a result of what the Conservatives did years ago by selling off their main assets, meaning no revenue. They sold off their railways and stuff. And you also got to remember that the Bank of England used to be government owned. But it was neo-liberalism idea started by Margaret Thatcher and John Major that started all of this. They believed in the market so much, and the bankers believe that only they know about banking. And the Conservatives got in again, and they're privatising once again the Royal Mail. That also got privatised, and then they sold off their shares in Eurostar. And now the big thing now is that there's the possibility of privatising the whole NHS, which we Northern Irish people, as well as Scottish people, rely on. And then Stormont needs to learn to stand on its own 2 feet. Art and culture also benefits education. A higher level of understanding about history that doesn't seem to be taught much at school. Then again, education is not just about qualifications, it's also about what you learn every day. Information that can prove useful if you wish to put together a compelling political argument. And as just looking at your history. Art and culture is also important for social work. If you consider TIE, theatre and education, working with particular communities and working with cross communities, it is incredibly important. It's the positive imagery that Northern Ireland needs. At least Northern Ireland has this now. So we got to save. We've got a hashtag save cultural NI. The only way for Northern Ireland to move forward is if we integrate elements of our of our cultures, merge them together somehow, because it's when we are too secular in our cultures is where the problem arises. And we also need to share a history among each other within integrated education. The arts can also promote this. I would only believe in secularism if it was to separate the churches from politics. I mean, since when was Jesus political? The arts has a role to play in all of this. Culture is important. Can you not see that? Let's look at the other areas. Let's take, for example, property development. Now, I believe at one point the construction work dried up for a reason. However, money is spent on ridiculous things that was not necessary. Now, in Derry, when we were talking about building this peace bridge at the start, people were skeptical. I too was as well. However, when I lived in Derry, I realised the handiness of that bridge, especially if you're walking along the Fulham Arena to make an appointment at the hospital, just to save money on the bus. We just walk there. Plus, it's good exercise. Now, Oma has already begun building a peace bridge, and I was like, why? The Strood is tiny compared to the River Foyle. The bridge we already have is okay, as long as some of the money goes to reinforce the bridge when it needs it every once in a while. But the Peace Bridge in Oma was not necessary. What about this shared education campus at Lisnelly Barracks? That's where the money would be better spent, along with a fantastic range of courses that would be possible if it went ahead. Also housing as well. I noticed that a lot of new houses keep getting built, which only seems to be, it seems to me as, to build them because the construction workers want to keep working, keep building things. However, that also meant the pricing of these houses were extremely high, which nobody would be willing to pay. Now, if there was if there was a way we could slash the pricing on housing, it might benefit us. Because people want a bargain these days, and so they want a house that they can afford. And there is another way without cutting the arts budget, because at the end of the day, the arts and cultural events is important for Northern Ireland's economy and plays an important role. Our promotion of events is what entices tourists to come here to spend their money. And I really do believe that we've got to take advantage of the benefits the arts and culture promotes, and we need to capitalize on that. But I also learned as well that the Arts Council is independent, and it chooses to spend. They have they have decisions themselves to spend the money and how they want to spend it. And so I'm thinking that maybe the money that we generate from the arts and culture can that money can be not only generated, that money can not only be used for for the money can not only be used for in the for arts projects, but can also be used. Some of the money can be used to go back to give something back to Stormont, because I think we really need to capitalize on that. And individualism only go so far. You can only go so far in doing things yourself, but you need support from other people. And I suppose the same question can be said to in particular institutions and independent companies as well. So we need to have each other's backs. And so if if some of the money um, was given back to Stormont, um, then there needs to be something in place as well, so that politicians do not take money out of that revenue for their own gain, for their own personal gain. So I'd be, I'd be, I would be against that. But as I said, can you not see that individualism can only go so far? We need support. We need to have each other's backs. So, and that's all I really want to say. Just hashtag save culture Northern Ireland. I'm just focusing on the people from Northern Ireland. If they support the arts, and they like what the arts has the potential to do, then go into the Culture Northern Ireland website and sign that petition. Keep the website open. We need to keep promoting our art and cultural events in Northern Ireland. And that also mean, but then again, other people could be watching this video as well, so they get a little bit of insight from me on what's going on and stuff. And I'm in Scotland at the minute, and and I just keep the tabs on what goes on in Northern Ireland. I felt ever since I left Northern Ireland that I feel a lot more closer to it for some reason. Like at the start, you just wanted to leave, get out of there, but then you sort of miss it in a way. You sort of miss home, and that one day you'd hope to go back and explore your roots again. You only start caring about your country or hometown is when you leave it. So that's all I have to say, and I hope you enjoyed this video and got something from it. Anyway, that's me. That's all I want to say, and now I'm gonna have a cup of tea. Yeah.